Today, we're talking about Japan's obsession with, well, butts. And excuse the expression, but the rabbit hole runs pretty deep on this one. And I'm not even talking about the weird and wonderful invention that is the Japanese toilet.
They're years ahead of us!
Which, by the way, almost unsurprisingly, there are portable washlets that you can buy at a 100 yen shop. You just screw it onto the top of a plastic bottle and, well, you can figure out the rest. Anyway, no two cheeks about it. Japan has nothing shy of an undying, multi-generation obsession with butts. And I'm gonna have to try to keep a decent pace here because we have a lot to cover, like way more than I ever could have expected. Starting with one of my first big what the butt moments here in Japan, it was coming across a Japanese cartoon called Oshiri Tantei. It's a relatively popular one and quite literally translates into butt detective. He's a butt who's a detective, but that's not all. He has a secret attack, which you probably guessed the second that I said it. Other than that, it's a moderately serious cartoon. Well, you know, as serious as a cartoon with a butt face as the main character can be. It's pretty much your average detective that goes around solving crimes. Just he's a butt. And to sweeten the deal, he even has his own range of snacks and puddings. So should you be so inclined to munch away on Detective Buttface, that is an option. This barely even gets us started, by the way. The list of Japanese shows that have some form of joke or theme almost entirely revolving around butts is endless. Everything from the beloved Japanese show Crayon Shin-chan, which also has its own pudding, by the way, and that is, of course, a butt pudding, all the way to mainstream Japanese anime like Naruto, which are known to have scenes depicting what has always been one of the weirdest Japanese traditions called actions. We call it actions. Called kancho. It's basically when kids, well, they take their fingers like this or like this, they sneak up behind somebody, and I'm not even gonna finish the sentence. Don't need to. The picture is painted and it's a real thing. It's a thing that kids do, and I still just cannot believe it. Would that go over in your country? I feel like it wouldn't in mine. The butt culture is so deeply ingrained in Japanese TV that the list is far too long for me to even begin to list. And butt culture, by the way, is a very real thing in many forms, and you can catch glimpses of it pretty much everywhere you look in Japan. Like many, I used to find it childishly comical to see the sumo butts sticking out of their thongs or fundoshi. In all fairness, I still kind of find it funny. I'm essentially 9 years old. But when I got into Japanese festivals, my festival squad pushed hard the importance of participating butt out in one of these thongs or fundoshi, saying that it was the man's way to do it. Yep, that's right. In Japan, butt peer pressure, that's a thing. Butt peer pressure. Not a sentence that I ever expected to be saying in my life, but here we are. Those fundoshi, by the way, those are basically just a piece of cloth. This is one here, unused, and they're twisted like this and just kind of shoved right up there, effectively violating the natural laws of both privacy and comfort simultaneously. And I guess with so many people having their butts hanging out for the world to see, where would Japan be without butt soap? That's right, it is soap specifically for your butt that promises to make it softer and, I don't know, buttier, and it doesn't even stop at soaps. Like the TV shows, I could spend an entire video just going over the number of butt-related products. And you would think I would be done, but we haven't even gotten to the really weird stuff yet, or let alone anything that resembles an explanation for all of this. Now we get into some of the weird. Believe it or not, entire events here in Japan have been based around butts. Like, there was an event teaching how the body works. Seemingly innocuous, normal event, but the major selling point of the event was this giant inflatable butt that you could run in and out of. And while events like this one aren't super common in Japan, they're also not uncommon. In fact, they exist. I literally couldn't make this stuff up if I tried. I couldn't. If I'm being fair, any one of these on its own might not be all that odd, but it's the sheer volume because the list goes on and on. Take, for example, the month of November here in Japan. It literally has multiple days dedicated to the butt. 3, I believe. November 4th, which is Good Butt Day. November 12th, which is technically Good Hip Day, but hip and butt are kind of interchangeable in Japan, so we'll let it slide. And November 30th, which is once again Good Butt Day. Now, in all fairness, pretty much every calendar day in Japan is dedicated to something. There's Mountain Day, there's Dog Day. Even November 11th, for all of its significance overseas, here in Japan is referred to as Pocky Day, after the Japanese snack, Pocky. You know, because it looks like a bunch of one. But 3 days dedicated to the butt in a single month. It feels like a lot. And if it's not strange enough to have entire days dedicated to the butt, how about an entire Japanese shrine dedicated? Yes, butt shrines. It's a thing. Up in northern Japan, in an area called Tochigi, there is a shrine dedicated to, well, let's call it illnesses of the butt. I don't even know where to begin explaining on this one. Basically, people go to the shrine and wiggle on up to it and pray in the hopes that their butt illnesses will go away, that the butt gods will take care of them. This gets me wondering. I wonder if they have little, like in Japan, shrines often have these protective charms called omamori. I wonder if the butt shrine has omamori. I'm definitely overthinking this. But more amazingly, that's not the only butt shrine either. For a while, Don Quixote, one of the big shops, I believe the one in Tokyo's Akihabara district, actually had a small in-store butt shrine that people would go and visit and take pictures with. And how many times have I said butt today? I'm slowly dying inside. And you know what? I think that this is an appropriate time to take a break and have myself some butt cake. Yes, I ordered a butt cake specifically for this video. This is a thing. More amazingly is I ordered this online yesterday and it arrived today. So when you think about it, next day butt cake delivery is also a thing in Japan. And I would be so happy if I could tell you that this was Japan's only butt themed food. But I think we both know that that would be a wildly inaccurate statement. There's cakes, cookies, the list goes on. I'm not even gonna try to list the number of butt themed. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and put this aside for now. We'll get to that later. Now, if I were to make any attempt whatsoever at explaining any of this, there's a phase that children go through that in Japanese is known as komonki. It can basically be translated into going through a butt phase. Now, the concept of this phase is actually Freudian. It did not originate in Japan and is no way unique to Japan as a country, but Japanese people seem to have really leaned into this and turned it into a subculture all of its own, starting with a simple childhood interest. There are even kanji practice books for learning Japanese kanji for kids that are called Unko Kanji Drill. That's poop kanji drill, but that feels like we're breaking into a separate topic for a totally different time. Now, on its surface, this childhood phase and love for oshiri or butt themed products and events and so on may well explain a great deal of what we've covered here today, you know, except for the cake and the butt soap or the sumo or okay, never mind. It explains nothing, and it will forever be a mystery. But at least you're stuck suffering through having all of this knowledge along with me now, and you can never unlearn it. Good luck with that, and I have a cake to finish. It's a butt cake. So this is what my life has become. I've come out to do shopping for butt-specific products. Like this here, this is a towel just for your butt. Can't believe this is a video I'm about to shoot, but here we go. I'm about to record a video about butts. You know, I have a butt cake right here. It's a cake in the shape of a butt. And you know, come to think of it, the amount of butt-related fact-checking or the amount of butt product-related B-roll that I'm going to need to find in the next couple of days, my internet ad results are just, that's it. I'm just, turn off all cookies. Just wipe the browser. Just delete all my profiles and start over. Just going to have to delete everything. All of it. Alright, just finished shooting. I have yet to gather the courage to dig into the butt pudding. I genuinely don't know where to start. And that video was exactly as difficult to shoot as I thought it was going to be. It was so difficult to keep a straight face through the entire... Whew! Seriously, an entire... Like, it's been on my mind for a while, though. It's a topic that I felt like we had to share. There's just so much. It's everywhere. And honestly, this video still barely scratches the surface. I'm sure there's more. And come to think of it, I'm sure the comment section on this video is going to be a ton of fun. So that's something to look forward to. Okay, I'm done hesitating. I'm gonna dig into the butt cake. We're gonna go from the side. It feels the least invasive. I'm genuinely hoping it's just not. So that's what it looks like inside. It came frozen, so I wonder if it's... That is a sugary cake. That whole top layer. Oh, that's pure sugar right there. Yes, I'm having another bite. It seems like there's strawberries inside the butt cake. The number of sentences that I've had to say today that I never in my life thought that I would be saying. We're just breaking down walls. Okay, I'm pretty sure that is all the butt cake I can handle for today. Thank you guys so much for joining, and I will see you again real soon.